Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Crypto Car Talk. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. In this video, I wanted to discuss all the news that is going on in the cryptocurrency world. The first thing that has been announced is with Tron TRX. Justin Sun, the founder of Tron, announced that on March 31st, Tron will be launching its mainnet. This is an update called Exodus, and it's the start of Tron being its own blockchain. This means that Tron will no longer rely on the Ethereum network. This is pretty significant because the fees when they have their own mainnet will be around 0.00005 cents. So that's a huge benefit. No longer will you have higher fees for transferring Tron. To put that into perspective, the fees for Ethereum and Bitcoin right now are ranging from $1 to $5. Another positive to Tron launching its own network is that it will handle 1,000 TPS. TPS is transactions per second. So as soon as they have their mainnet launched on December 31st, you will be able to send 1,000 transactions per second on the Tron network. To put this into perspective, Ethereum is 15 transactions per second and Bitcoin is around 7 transactions per second. Another positive to Tron launching their own mainnet is that it will support custom smart contracts in Java. This allows programs to be hosted on the Tron network. In my opinion, Tron is a long-term hold. I got a lot of Tron a couple months ago and I never sold it at 30 cents. I'm holding it for the long term because they have so much planned and I see a lot of potential in Tron. Yes, they did plagiarize their code and did not state that they did, so there is some negativity around that. However, I still think it's a good buy in my opinion. The next thing that happened over the last couple days, if you've ever watched the show called Shark Tank, one of the investors on that show, his name is Robert Herjavec. He announced that cryptocurrency is the future. This was reported by Times. I think that this is huge, but I'm wondering, is he holding cryptocurrency? I believe he made a lot of his wealth in the tech industry, and he loves the tech and new technology, so I would assume that he really loves cryptocurrency. In other news, nuclear scientists were arrested for trying to mine bitcoins on government supercomputers in Russia. This is kind of interesting. I guess they got caught because the computers went online and the computers were supposed to stay offline because they had national security stuff on them. So they got caught for that. This was reported by the Global Crypto Press. Another news, there was a hack a couple days ago, or an exit scam with the exchange called BitGrail. I did use BitGrail like about 6 months ago or so when I was picking up Nano. Back then it was called Rayblox. So they either got hacked or the owner, creator of BitGrail, his name is Bomber, I believe. He either exit scammed. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on around this. It's hard to find out the truth, but a lot of people lost a lot of money. I believe 16 million nanos were lost. So I really feel for you if you lost in that, but remember what I always say, don't leave your money on an exchange. Leaving your money on an exchange is like leaving your piggy bank in a crack house. It will not end well. Unless you're day trading, it's okay, but still it's preferable to not leave anything on an exchange because these can go down in a split second. With ICO news, there was an ICO called Loop X. I never really looked into it. However, they exit scammed. All their website is down, their Twitter is down, everything is down. You can't be reached. Pretty sure this was an ICO. I'm not sure if it had already launched yet because I never looked into Loop X. I think it got a rating of 2.4 out of 5 stars on one of the ICO rating websites. So with my advice for ICOs, I've said this in past videos. Here's the tips to, or my 2 tips for picking a good ICO. How fast are the tokens selling? If the tokens are selling really fast and they sell out before the end of the ICO, that's a good indicator it will be successful. Another indicator of a good ICO is how many coins is the team holding. If the team is holding more than half the coins, it is not a good buy. If you want to be safe, stick with the top 50 or the top 20 coins. Those are your safest bet. Those ones have already, in my opinion, secured a position in the crypto world where they have a huge community and a lot of support and a lot of projects going on, where it's a safer investment than one of the coins that are in maybe the top 200 or in the top 100. I'm also making a prediction with ICOs. I think the government is going to start regulating ICOs a lot more because, being honest, about 80% of ICOs are scams, or they don't have a legit use. They aren't solving a problem. That's just my opinion. I do have another prediction. My sources are telling me that on February 16th, we're gonna see a bull run. I'm predicting that Bitcoin will break $10,000, so look out for that. The USA, Japan, and the EU are taking a do no harm approach with reasonable cryptocurrency regulations. I'm predicting that China will remove the ban in probably 1 or 2 years, but they will have a lot of regulations and control over it. As you know, China banned cryptocurrencies, and they're making it even more difficult for people in China to purchase them. I think in the past, people were using VPNs, but China is working on blocking that even further. As you know, China is very restrictive. I think you can't even go on Facebook in that country. But I do believe in the next 2 years, they will reopen that with more regulations. The last thing I wanted to cover in this video is the Winklevoss Twins. They say that Bitcoin will reach 320,000. If you don't know who the Winklevoss Twins are, they helped create Facebook with Mark Zuckerberg, and there was a huge lawsuit, and I believe they settled for a certain amount of, a lot of shares actually, I think, for Facebook, and they invested in Bitcoin. When the Silk Road went down, the US Marshals auctioned off all of the seized Bitcoins from Ross Ulbricht, and the Winklevoss Twins purchased them very, very cheap. I believe they paid $250 to $300 a coin, and now it is worth a ton of money. So they're holding a pretty big bag. So in my opinion, I think they're gonna say it's gonna go to 320,000 because they're holding so much and they want it to. They want people to buy more of it. Will it hit 320,000? In my opinion, I think it's possible, but it's definitely a long shot. Don't expect that to happen in the next year or two. It really just depends on what happens in the next couple of years. I think cryptocurrency will stay. I think that it will be used alongside with fiat. I don't think it will completely replace fiat the way that credit and debit cards didn't completely replace cash. That's just my take on it. I think they'll both coexist together. However, in the future, a lot of people are moving towards paying with their smartphones and paying digitally. So there's certainly a lot of things that can happen in the next couple of years. If you made it to the end of this video, I wanted to announce that I'm going to do another flash giveaway. I'm doing this one a little bit differently. The first 8 people that retweet this video on Twitter, leave a thumbs up and make a comment, will receive 0.1 nano. I picked up some more nano last night at around $8. So if you want to do that, go ahead and retweet it and leave a comment. The first 8 people to do that, DM me on Twitter and send me your XRB address. I still think Nano has a ton of potential. I'm still sticking with my prediction of $100 by the end of the year, despite the hack and the setbacks that it's seeing right now. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. More content coming soon. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.